Okay, so good morning and good evening, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we are going to be discuss a actually very interesting topic, but we will not go again in depth of this topic. Okay, because this topic, which we call name as domain separation. Okay. In separation. What this particular concept mean in ServiceNow? Okay. So if I say when I was bachelor, okay, definitely when I was bachelor, not having a good salary, monthly salary or monthly intake or cash in hand, then and I was not in my city as well. I moved to the Bangalore in the beginning. So I was staying with my friends. So we have one flat, 2 BHK, and we are 4 friends, which were staying in that house. 2 plus 2, we are staying. Washroom shared, kitchen shared, living room shared, rent shared, electricity shared, water bill shared, grocery, outings, everything we share in the expenses format. I can say I'm saying. Okay. The same logic apply in the ServiceNow as well. Now the question comes, Atul, what do you mean by this? That same logic apply in the ServiceNow. The point is that there's a one customer who reach out to me. Atul, I want to implement ServiceNow for my organization, ITSM. Okay, I will implement ITSM. I can implement. How much you charge? I'll say I charge 30,000 rupees. Okay, let's take example. Achha. No, Atul, it's too much. We have just started the company. We cannot pay 30,000 or 40,000 per month kind of things amount. I said sorry, I cannot be go below this. Chalo. After some time, a second customer came, Mr. B. He says, Atul, can you implement ITSM for me? I said yes. How much you charge? I charge 30,000. Same. He also has the same concern. Then Atul, we are the startup. We just started. It's very tough for us to be take this much amount immediately, and we cannot survive. Okay. After some time, C came. Same question, same amount. Now I was sitting and thinking that in the last month I got 3 clients. If I say so 90K, I lose because nobody come back to me. It means I did not get the job. I did not get the business. Then how I will survive? Then I go to ServiceNow and I ask ServiceNow, hey guys, I'm facing this issue. Do you have any inputs on that part? ServiceNow, come on. Who says we don't have a solution? We have a solution. What is the solution? They says no problem. What you can do, ask them to join again, to come again and give a proposal to them. I invited Mr. A, B, and C to the meeting. And what I told to them, I said, see, you the budget constraint. Fine. You all have a budget constraint, that's fine. But if you are okay, what I can say, I have one instance and onboard you everybody on a single instance. Mr. A said, what this mean? I said this mean in the dev 86271, Mr. A will also use, Mr. B will also use, Mr. C will also use. But rules are mine. I can modify the rules rules according to your purpose, but it will be standard. You cannot say you cannot ask for the more customization. I need this button, I need that button. No, that is not possible. If you want to just use ServiceNow, I can give you this particular way. Now costing, I said costing will be definitely reduced. It will be 20K per person. Oh, sorry, 20K Plus, if tomorrow someone else will come, or 4, 5, 6 people or 6 company will come, I can say 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. In this case, I am getting the business and I got the customer as well who are using the service now. This is the concept of the domain separation. In a simple layman language, if I say domain separation means one instance, multiple tenant. We have a multi-instance architecture. And we have this thing, tenancy or the tenant management as well in service now. To implement this, a few things we have to be noticed very carefully. Let's say I have a 2-bedroom house and I say, guys, let me put it on the rent. OK. Then to whom you can put on the rent? I can put on the 2 bachelors, 2 rooms, 4 bachelors can stay. OK, but I will tell that morning means evening time for coming is 7 p.m. OK. Bills like 100 to 800 rupees. Main door, same, single main door. It means you cannot have, everybody cannot say I need separate main door. And will be shared. This wardrobe, beddings will be double bedroom and double bed, and you can share in a half manner. Or let me reduce this example a little bit more easy way. Let's say I have a 4 BHK and I have a 4 person, 1 person, 1 room. Every person will get its own bedroom, its own bed, 1 wardrobe, 1 side table, 1 chair. Everybody will get. But the common thing is living room or the TV will be common. Kitchen will be common. Main door will be common. And washroom will be common. 1 washroom or 2 washrooms for the 4 people. If you are agree, I can take you on board. In the same manner, if I say, if you 3 are agree on my terms, then I can onboard you and you can use the service now. But here's a catch. Domain separation is not that much easy with what we are thinking. You know what is the biggest problem in the paying guest system? That a landlord need to go and get money from the 4 different people. Uncle Kalana, Uncle Hani, Uncle Parsuana, all these things. But if I give the flat to a family, I need to pick only 1 person and get the amount. But it can be less. So the same room 4 BHK I was rented on the 30,000. Let's say on the 30,000 rupees. Now I rented to the 10,000 per person. So I'm getting 40,000 rupees. But yes, maintenance will be increased. Maybe Mr. A room has some problem, Mr. B room has some problem, Mr. C room has some problem, Mr. D room has some problem. So this is what the domain separation. To read the domain separation, to understand the domain separation, will come to this particular part. Developer.servicenow.com. I'll say I love this particular. Let me open it. Let me see here for the domain separation. Here. A wonderful course if you want to read about the domain separation. And we are going to be use this only. OK. Number 1, when you activate the domain separation, then we are introducing a unique identifier. Or I'll not say unique identifier, but we will introduce one identifier by which we can create the domains. So I'm not going in depth at how we can create the domains and all the things. No, that is not the purpose here. Okay, the purpose is that how the domain separation work. I worked practically in this area, so I know the plus and minus of this. Okay, so now let's go ahead and understand this. What is domain separation? This is what the domain separation. Single instance and multiple domains. Multiple tenants are there. Tenant A, tenant B, tenant C, and their houses is called the domains. So if you notice, I activate a plugin and we are getting one more section here called the domain. If I click on this, you can see domain. By default, I have a top domain only. Maybe I need to reload this page because now it is fully activated. So this is given by ServiceNow, but I cannot activate this plugin. ServiceNow say before you activate this plugin, you have to reach out to me. I need few questions to be answered, only then I recommend, because domain separation looks easy, but it's tough. If I take example, let's say I give a flat to these guys on the paying guest. Some bachelors are there, so maybe they can bring their friends, they can have a drinks, they can have a drugs. That is problematic. It is an overhead for me to maintenance, right? The society people will be complaining. These guys are making so much noise, so much party, no, not doing any cleaning properly, no garbage they're putting outside, everything is messy in the house. It is overhead. But these cases are not with the family. But family don't have not ready to pay the more amount in the rent, but I'm getting the more amount in the paying guest. So ServiceNow say that before you go and activate it, please give me the answer of these 5 questions. Okay. Here, wait. Then it say when we should activate the domain separation. That is important for us to understand. Where it gone? Not this one. Import from source. Assignment. Domain scope. Let me check that particular. There's a picture is there. Domain hierarchy, exercise, user interface. नहीं, इससे पहले था यार एक और. Did they move something or ServiceNow? Let me see here. I'll show that in separation ServiceNow. So I as this one. Good. Same. Let me go there. So this link I was looking for. Yeah. This one, right? So this is the main question I need to put to my customer, and if the answer is yes, and it's not like only one answer will be right. Yes, I need all the answers should be yes. Only then I will go for the domain separation activation. Otherwise, I will not go. What these 5 or 6 questions say? Number 1, logical data separation. Number 2, scale. Number 3, platform requirement. Number 4, process difference. Number 5, admin requirement. Number 6, domain separation. Let's see this question here. I will ask, or I am going to be ServiceNow and say ServiceNow, I want to activate the domain separation plugin. They says, okay, Atul, tell me, can the customer use a logical data separation instead of the physical data separation? What this mean? This mean like if you see this thing, if you remember this thing, multi-instance architect. If you see this thing here, Mr. A data is staying in his instance, Mr. B data is staying in his instance, Mr. C data is staying in his instance. But here I'm saying that, sorry, the data will be logical separated, but not the physically. It means all the 4 people are staying in one room, sorry, in a one house, but they cannot see each other. Are you okay to do this part? If your customer is okay with this part, then we can proceed to the further. Maybe customers say, no, I'm dealing, or my project or my client is in the credit card. I cannot store my data in the same location, in the same place. Then don't go for the domain separation. Second, is the customer small enough not to require multiple nodes or the dedicated hardware? This one. Are they happy to use a single nodes and they don't require the dedicated hardware? This one. Because in this, if you say single instance, they have their own hardware, they have their own nodes. But in this case, it is not like that. Everybody is using same hardware and same nodes. Are you okay? Okay, good. Go to the third question. Platform requirement. Can the customer work with the product and service provided on the shared platform? Are you happy to stay with the person who and sharing the component? Let's say we are 4 people staying in one house. Are you okay to use the same utensils which he is using for making the food? If yes, then proceed further. If no, then say no. And these things I will ask to my customers and they have to be say yes. If they are saying no, then we will not go for the domain separation for that particular customer. And here the consulting is more important. Then process differences. Do the customer process require less than 5% changes of the shared process? Like what this mean? Like I say, for everybody, for all the domains, all the customers who are using my instance in a domain separation, for everybody the incident process will be new, in progress, resolved, closed. If someone say no, can I before resolve, can I put some more validations? If that percentage of changes is less than 5%, then fine. No, if you say no, Atul, can we introduce a new state here? Then I cannot do. Maybe we 4 are living in a single house. I said, hey, to the landlord, hey landlord, I need a aluminum gate in outside my room. This is not possible. If you say, okay, you need a one more lock, I can give you. But if you say that you need a brand new door, I cannot do it. So better tell me if you're okay with my shared processes, then fine. Otherwise, don't go for the single instance. And last, admin requirement. Does the instance owner admin administer the instance with the customer only managing limited configuration? Means, are you as a service provider comfortable to manage the things in a domain separated environment with the multiple tenants? If you say yes, then ServiceNow say go for the domain separation. Otherwise, don't go for the domain separation, go for the single instance. This is very much important point. Once these things has been done, only then ServiceNow allow and activate the domain separation plugin in the system. Benefits, and definitely there's a lot of benefits I can say. If you see here, user interface exercise, let me create branch here. If you see benefits and tenant को मेरे को क्या benefit है as a provider? I'm getting the more volume of licensing. एक ही घर में 4 लोग रख लिए, मेरे को तो पैसा ही है, लाइसेंसिंग बढ़ गई मेरी, सेंट्रलाइज हो गया सारा काम, डेटा सेग्रेगेशन हो सकता है, ग्लोबल रिपोर्टिंग हो जाएगी, और अपग्रेड एक ही need to be upgraded once and everybody will be upgraded. Tenants will get in a lower minimum license cost. In the tenant, like let's say I am going and Garima is joining that room. So Garima get everything is already set up. No need to purchase anything new because everything is there. Reduce staff requirement, faster on onboarding, shared instance cost, and service offered by provider. So in the both cases, the benefits, both of the parties have a benefit. But if you see here, before activating domain separation, consult with the ServiceNow to verify it is it suitable for your environment. Domain separation add a level of admin overhead. Maybe in the interview, this question can be asked that why you not recommending the domain separation, because it increase a lot of admin, lot of. Now let's say I have a 10 BHK house and I keep 10 people in the 10 rooms. Every hour, every minute, someone pinging me on the WhatsApp. Hey, I need this thing. I need this thing. I need this thing. It's become an overhead for me. So although it can be disabled, but it cannot be removed. You can disable it in the background, but you cannot remove this plugin once it has been installed. So be careful on this part. And this concept is called the managed service provider, MSP. It is called the MSP. Okay. Clear everybody. Yes, go ahead, Shabrish.
Atul, we see there are many, the credentials what we at that point of time, there is an objection saying uh, user credentials cannot be created because of this repeated issues, right? While we uh, routing from one instance to another instance. So will that be the same issue will not be repeated in this case?
Repeat your words. I'm reading. So you are saying you are okay. Repeat your question. I'm missing out something. Not able to link
We
it properly.
that uh, there is an issue while creating users, right?
Hmm.
From one instance to another instance. So in this case,
Hmm.
will that be repeated or there will be no
No, no, no. It will be repeated. The only thing is that we need to be a little bit clarify here. What I can say, Shabrish, by using domain separation, you are not changing the principles or the way of working of service now. By activating the domain separation, you are just making four different domains in a one instance. I will show you in the practical part that how it will look like in the practically. Then maybe you can understand a little bit better manner. But it doesn't mean that I'm facing some user question and once I done with the domain separation, I will not face. You will still face the same thing if you're doing the wrong way. Domain separation, very simple manner understand. It's a sharing of a single instance with the multiple customers. Rest process will be same. Same way you are going to be create accounts, same way you're going to be create groups, same way you're going to be configure the SLA. But now you have to put a validation there, a proper validation there that this SLA is only work for this particular domain, not for the other domains. This is be required here. These things, now actually these things be little required little more experience to be understood in the depth manner. When I joined first time in the domain separation project, I was not aware that how these things are working. But when I'm getting a lot of UAT calls, back-to-back UAT calls, then I came to know that how these things have been working properly. Okay, so maybe just give me some time. Let me take you on the practical part that how we can create the domains and how it will look like. Then your point will be much clearer. Because in the domain separation, every customer has only one point that Mr. A should not able to my data. He says Mr. B, Mr. C or Mr. D should not able to see my data. That is the main requirement from every customer. Let's say I am okay to share the house with Shabrish, but I need to make sure that Shabrish should not able to see my room from inside at any point of time. Shabrish has the same point to landlord that please make your arrangement that Atul cannot see my room by any way. So this is what the domain separation has a main point to be considered here. Okay, give me some time, Shabrish. We'll pick up this point. Ravish, go ahead. You raise your hand. Okay, sure. So now this is what the domain separation. Now in the domain separation, there is a hierarchy, which is important to be understand. And let me come here for the hierarchy part. This one. So the service now, the way service now give me the domain on the topmost, service now give me the top domain. Okay, top domain contains all the processes and the workflows. This is like a main gate for my 4 BHK house. This contains all type of processes on the top domain, and these are the child domains who are going to be use the processes which has been defined in the top domain. Like what this mean? Let's say when I rented out my house of the 4 BHK, I say, guys, morning 7 o'clock, maid will come and make a breakfast. She will go by 8 o'clock. Then in the evening, 7 o'clock, she will come and she will go by the 9 o'clock. And after that, no food will be available. So these things has been set up in the top domain because this is applicable for everybody in a same manner. But maybe Ravish is staying in that sharing room, and Ravish said, sorry, my shift start little early in the evening. I want to be skip the dinner. Is it fine? Yes, you can skip. That's fine for me. No problem. So this is the way that the domain hierarchy given by ServiceNow. So top, if you see here, we have a top, and under top we have these many domains as well. These domains. Let me reload it again. Why not? It's taking so much time nowadays. Now it's looking good. So this. Okay, if you see, you can see here. So now let's go here. Why it has been changed? Domain. This one. Let's click on the domains here. And I will create a domain. Now, going forward, so one more example to be understand this. Let's say in a single university, there are a lot of departments. This is what I can say. This is a top university. This is a university, and these are the departments. Now, a student can be a part of one department at a given point of time. So I need to be create that student in that particular department only. But he can use the all benefit which is given by that particular university. Now Shabrish has a question. Atul, come on. A student need to be access other department as well for some other work. In that case, I will provide that student visibility of the other department. Only he can, visibility means I can officially give him, okay, you can go and work in that department as well. Or you can go and attend the sessions or lectures in that department as well. That is called the visibility concepts. It is very, very, very confusing things. If you see here, domain visibility. Let me show you. It will show you very, very complete manners when the picture will be loading completely. So now I can go here. Wow, that is I never activate this domain separation. It's slow down my structure. None of is be working. Let me click here. Domain hierarchy, domain visibility. This particular chapter or this particular topic in this particular website is very good to be go. I'm telling you guys, it's very good. Why it's taking so much time? Maybe something wrong with my instance or what. I can say domain map. Huh. You guys able to hear me, right? Maybe I think my internet connection has some issue. Here. So now you can see domain visibility. So in the domain visibility, two things are important: contains domain and visibility domain. Contains means if my room, or let's say Shabrish room, inside my room, that is a contains domain. Like Like if I say what is the meaning of the contain specifically, like when a room with the attached washroom, that is a contains domain because that is containing the washroom in itself. And visibility domain means when a single room and the washroom is outside, you can use that washroom, and that is called the visibility domain. So here we have to be give these two roles, or we have to be do this configuration, not roles, we have to be do this configuration in the system. Let me see if I can able to create a domain here. Come on, nothing is be opening. Okay, so now if you see here like this, and these things contain domains are just a configuration. Visibility domains again a configuration. Let me see why it's not be working here. Come on, come on. Maybe a lot of things I activated or what? Domain separation center or something new has been introduced by service now. But it should load first. Oh wow. Domain separation center as well. That's nice. But first it should load, right? It's not loading. Come on, come on. Maybe. Okay, let's come here. So it is a contain, and if you see in the containing part, we can say this contain that. So there's a related list available, contains domain, contains and contained by. Maybe you are contained by some other domain and you are containing some other domain. That is a very differentiation part. Oh yeah, come on. Let me. I'm in the global domain only. Still it's taking time for me to be load. Because until it will not load, we will not able to proceed further that how it or how we can create the this thing. Users or the domains in the service now. Let me click on the. Okay. Okay, I changed the domain to top. I need to be changed that, but here I can able to see, I'm sure. A lot of things are there. Come on, boy, it's too slow now. Not sure why, even though my this thing has been done. Okay, let's come here in the meantime. Okay, so this visibility part is important. So now this thing, this particular domain has a visibility of this particular domain. Practically, it is easy. So now what we will do, or what we can do here, we will create domain A, let's say A domain. Okay. Under that A domain, if again there's a university, under that we have a department. So let's say maths department I am creating. Now, if Atul Grover is taking admission in maths department, then definitely my roll number should be registered in this particular part. It means my user account should be created in this domain only. So we will create a user in maths. In this case, I can only and only access anything which is happening in the maths department. But if I need to be access the other departments as well, then I should have a visibility. So in this case, on my domain in my user ID, the other domain, let's say English department domain visibility will be given like they have given here. So like this. So that in this case, if I have a visibility of English department as well, in this case, I can see all the records which has been created in English and the maths as well. This is called the visibility domain. And this is the reason that now a concept came in the market, shared resources. This is the main concept of this particular thing, shared resources. Yeah. What this means, shared resources means that I'm working for a company X, but I'm supporting customer A, customer A, customer B, and customer C. In the background, customer does not know that I'm supporting A, other B, and C as well, but I'm a shared resource. So my account will be created in a my company domain, and the visibility will be given to me these three domains. If in a 4 BHK, let's say Shabrish and Ravish are staying. If they Pulkit say Ujjwal, okay, you can come in my room. It means Pulkit need to give a visibility to to Ujjwal so that he can go in his room. But Ujjwal did not provide the visibility as of now. Ujjwal say, no, you cannot be enter my room. In the same manner, Ujjwal say, okay, Shabrish, you can also come in my room. It means Ujjwal is giving the visibility to this thing. But if these four are become friends, then they will do the contains. Or let's say not contain, because contains will be little different. Contains mean when one room and these four people are staying, then it become a contains. So by visibility, they can go and talk to each other in each other room. But contains mean room and all four people shifted in one place only. Then become the contains part. A very interesting topic, but not sure that why my instance is behaving so weird now. Let me log out and log in again. And once you activated this domain separation, you cannot be you can deactivate, but you cannot uninstall. It is a very big work. Okay, that is a service now. Say, please answer these 5 questions. If you are be okay, then I can proceed further. Otherwise, no. Okay, let me. This thing. I guess we need to be hold it here only. It's not working. Not sure why. Some upgrade is going on. What? But not sure why. I need to be check. Okay, let me check to open any other thing. Sometimes what happened that plugin did not activate it properly and we start using it. Or everything is giving me problem. So now with this part, we can say, yes, this is the way that domain separation is working. The only important point or the good point is that if you want to read, you need to be read at least these one. Objective, what is domain separation, hierarchy, user interface, and at last, domain visibility. It is also not working. It means something wrong with my instance only. I need to be refreshed or something. Possibly it can be the case only. Okay. Any question, anybody? If it is working fine, I'll maybe pick up on the Monday or some other day that how the user creation work in this domain separation. But in the domain separation, remember one thing that now if you're going to create a user, can anybody try my instance in their laptop? Are you guys also facing some issue or not? It's slow or only for slow me or what? Anyone can confirm. Okay.
Including in my instance also, it is very slow, Atul.
You are logging to my instance or your own instance?
My instance and your instance as well.
Both are slow. It means it is from the background only.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Okay, no problem. But this is what the basics I want to be inform you. I want to be telling you about the domain separation, but that how the domain separation work in the world of service now. Interesting topic, but complicated to implement, complicated from the access perspective. See, it's not working properly. No problem, maybe some issue in the PDA in the background only. Okay. Now let me come, because we're not able to use the service now, let me come on this part. Business analyst requirement gathering overview. Okay. It's not that much. Let me try to share my screen again and we'll see. Stop sharing and open my deck. Okay. So now, what is the who is the business analyst? I delivered one guest lecture in the I guess 2 days back. I'll share the recording with you and you can go through that. What is the business analyst? It's a small lecture in Hindi, you can easily understand. But let me tell you that what is the business analyst and how I gather the requirement. Because when you work as a developer, it is very much required that you should know little bit basics of the requirement as well. It should not be case that a BA come and say, okay, can you develop this thing? Yes, you can develop. But you also need to be understand the things from the practical perspective. So this is what we guys do. We have a lot of requirement. This is what we have this. Then we sorted out these requirements in a sections and arrange in a format. And then we start presenting visually. And then I ask you guys, can you make a house for me? This is what you guys do. My work from here to here, bring everything. All the clarity I'll bring. And then you guys use these data, use your knowledge, use your skills, and you build a house for me. When you are a business analyst, you need to be remember these 6 words. And this is called the BACCM, Business Analyst Core Concept Model. These 6 terms are very much important. Here, I'm not involving anything on the ServiceNow perspective, so don't worry. Okay, that Atul, you are all involving something on the ServiceNow. No, I'm not involving anything on the ServiceNow part. Let me try to refresh my instance quickly. Discuss this. So when I say I need a change, what is the meaning of the change here? Change is something which transform, but it respond for a need. You can see here need. Need is a new word I'm adding. That human beings have a need that when I travel somewhere, I should be able to connect with my loved ones. And they invented the mobile phone. And this is called the transformation. If you see that when you guys born, everybody has a landline. And your generation see a big transformation. That from landline, we are the wireless and the smallest phone in our pockets now. This is the meaning of the change, transformation karna. But why I need a transformation? Because I have a need. And what is the meaning of the need? Because customer has this thing. I have a problem. I have an opportunity to be addressed. Everybody is talking about online study, online studies, online study. Can I build something on that? But that is a need of a customer. So customer tell me these things. Atul, I have this need, I have this problem, I have this opportunity. And I provide a solution to the customer, but specific to this particular need. That like you guys have a need, right? You want, Atul, we want to be learned service now. That is your need. And I am providing you a solution in a specific way. Like guys, we have a daily class, 30, 35 days, 40 days, we have a daily class so that your needs can be fulfilled. And now if you see the day 1 and now we're on the day number 32, you can see a big transformation in yourself from the ServiceNow perspective. Earlier, if someone speaks ServiceNow words you don't understand, now you understand and you can relate it with your day-to-day work as well. This is what the solution. Solution will be provided to the stakeholders who are directly or indirectly related with the change. In this training, you are my stakeholders and your family is also my stakeholder. Because your family also need that mere beta, mera bhai, meri behan, they should get a good job. So this is what the stakeholder. Also, stakeholder want a value, something worth it. Now, if you see, and I ask you guys, what do you think that are you getting any value from this training? हाँ तो worth it तो है. I got the basic understanding. Rest definitely I need to be read, but I got a basic understanding. It's a valuable for me. But we discuss everything in a context. We discuss only and only in the terms of ServiceNow. I never say, or I did not say that guys, we can do these things in the Salesforce or the Jira or this. No. What examples we're picking up, what hands-on we're picking up, what labs we're picking up, what exercise we're picking up. We're only and only discussing in the context of the ServiceNow. This is important. So being a business analyst, when I go to the customer side, I need to be take care of these 6 points. Customer say, Atul, can you build something this for me? But I will ask, is it the part of my project or is it the part of my SOW? No, then sorry, we will not pick it up this now. This is important. And this is important for everybody in day-to-day life. It is important. Now, if I say that a BA as a business analyst, always if you ask to any business analyst, they will say, my work is to get the requirement. My work is to gather the requirement. So we have 3 types of requirements: functional, non-functional, and transition. Functional means the product capabilities or the things a product must do for its users. What is the functional requirement of a mobile phone? Tell me, what is the functional requirement of a mobile phone? Can anyone tell me? क्या कहते हो Shabrish and everybody? The functional requirement of a mobile phone is to make a call, receive a call, send a SMS, receive a SMS. Nothing else, nothing else. The non-functional, the quality attributes. If I able to use internet on this, can I take a photograph from this? Can I take a video on this? This is a non-functional. It is the quality attributes. More I add, more I will get it. And the transitional requirement. This is important. The capability that the solution must have in order to facilitate the transition. If you are moving from keyboard phone to the smart mobile phone, then it must contain calling and SMS functionality. This is what the transitional I can say here. Oh, finally it's working. Let me see the domains. We'll come here, no problem. Okay. Do you want to continue here or on the domain part? We can extend for 10-15 minutes more session. That's fine. Okay. Now, as a BA, what I do, because on the BA part, I have these things only to be tell. As a BA, I do these 3 major tasks and these 2 major activities on the top of that. Let's say Ujjwal invited me for a dinner at his house. To do that part, Ujjwal need to do the planning completely. Ki Atul will become and his family will become, wife and son will come. He's a pure vegetarian. He like this thing. He like this thing. So he plan everything in a better manner because it's a full day trip. In the morning I'll come. I'll take a breakfast. I'll take a lunch. Then I'll go back in the evening after high tea. So he need to plan everything. In the same manner, when I need to be gather the requirement from the customer, then I have to be plan when, what, by whom I'm going to be interact. What will be the agenda when I go and speak to customer? ऐसा तो नहीं मैं customer के पास गया and start speaking, hey, give me requirement. No, I have to be take a proper steps. Only then I will be doing this part. So a lot of business analysts did not understand this part and they missed this step. But it is the most important point for us. And this is the bread, butter and jam for a business analyst. Requirement elicitation. In simple Hindi, I can say requirements को उसकी need को इकट्ठा करना. But it's very fancy word, elicitation. Okay, someone say elicitation, someone say allocation, kind of things. Requirement elicitation. Now, how I can get the requirement? Let's say I take 5 or 7 minutes before this class start and talk to everybody. Pulkit, how are you doing? Garima, how are you doing? Vijay, how are you doing? What you do? Which process you are working? What business you are doing? And all the things will be there. I am getting my requirements in some other way. So as a business analyst, I can get a requirement in the multiple ways. I can observe, I can interview, I can read the documents, and I can go in person and meet them. Like this class has been started, a lot of people reach out to me and I also say, or they reach out to me, Atul, what is the course agenda? How much the timing? What is the fees? How you teach? When you teach? What you teach? All the things I needed to be know. They're getting the requirement. They're talking to me and they're getting the requirement. And then things are moving in a direction. Once I get a requirement, I have to be analyze that. If I say, Pulkit, can you develop a software which take me on the moon in the service now? Come on, Azul. It's not a valid requirement, but how you will know? When you start analyzing it, documenting it. And when you're doing this thing, you have a technical team in the background. So for me specifically as a business analyst, I do this thing, and for this particular work, I reach out to my development team. Guys, can we build this solution or this solution I'm proposing to my customer? If they say yes, then I communicate the requirement to the customer. On business analyst topic, I can speak hours and hours and hours, guys. I'll give you some what I can say material on this part which you can read or you can watch on my channel as well. Because it is nothing. It is these things come from the experience only. But I want to tell because sometime or not sometime when you go in the industry, you should have this 6 question in your mind. Number 1, what are the kind of changes we are doing now? Are we doing functional changes, non-functional changes, transitional changes, quality changes? What changes we are doing? Change means I'm talking about this term, this change, this wala. Okay. Then you should ask what are the need we are trying to be satisfied? Why customer need this? This is the topmost question a BA asks. A developer need to be asked. Atul, why you need this thing? You are a business analyst, na? Why you need? I said because customer ask. Huh, that's fine, but why he need? What he want to be achieved with this particular requirement? So you have to be question this answer. So you have to be question this to the stakeholder. What are the solution we are creating or changing? Means solution again this term. What we are changing here? Are we changing something very drastically, small changes or kind of things? Who are the stakeholders who are going to be impacted with this or involved in this, not impact, involved in this, and what value they are going to be achieved by this change. Are they going to be market leader? Are they going to be launch any campaign? Are they going to be get more benefit, more money, more business? What they want to be do, and in which context we build this solution. So business analyst always has a context for the next 2 or 3 to 5 years, that what my customer need, what the tool should be look like after 4 years or the 5 years. This is very much important point. It is a basic overview because as I say that on this topic I can speak hours and hours, guys. But these things only and only come from the experience. More you read, and also nowadays what happening in the industry, if I'm a business analyst, I must have a hands-on on service now. Customer asks me, Atul, I need a change in the change in the change management process. Can you do it for me? I need this thing to be added in the request management. I need this logic to be built on the incident management. So I analyze their requirement. And first question I ask, why you need it? Tell me. Because they need a better process. I said, okay, I can do that part. Then I will go, if I have a knowledge, I can go and say, yes, this can be done. If I have less knowledge, I'll go to my technical architects and ask them, or technical leads, and ask them, guys, this is a problem statement. Can you help me on this part? Are we able to build this solution or not? And then we proceed further on that part. Okay, this is interesting, but specifically Pulkit, Ujjwal, Garima, Akshar. This domain is not at least for you in the beginning. Nobody or companies did not much interested to hire business analysts as a freshers because they want to use you as in the development. And when you do the development, only then you get the tool more and more and more in the depth manner. Okay. Any question till this point, guys? Good. Let's come quickly here and discuss this thing. So I'm on the domain part. Why am I not able to create a new domain? Come on. I'm in the global domain, right? Do I have a domain rights? Okay, चलो यहीं से दिखाते हैं. Now come here. If I open this particular domain, so like if I say Tata is a big name, so we can create a domain for Tata here. And under Tata, we can have the multiple companies. So like this way, it is a domain called ACME and it is my customer or MSP or vendor. It doesn't matter. It's just for the clarity purpose, nothing else. Okay. Now under this domain, I don't have any company. So I can say Tata is my domain, and under Tata, I can have a multiple domains as well. Let me see the rules of my profile. And then if we need a domain separation rule, and I can give it to this. Where's the default view gone? Come on. Let me go in the top domain, but in the global domain, I'm in the right one. Something wrong with my profile now. Let me go here. Wait. So here the major problem is that if you don't have access to the right domain, you will be like this thing only. User admin, why it's not showing? Come on. Let me go to default domain. My instance gone. Come on, come on. User skill territory, something wrong with my instance. I got it now. The reason I'm not able to do something on the domains here, but let me show here domains. Okay, let's come here domains, and we'll pick up this example domain hierarchy. Not domain hierarchy. Sorry, my bad. So let's change the domain to the top domain. So now see, now I'm only in the default domain, so I can see only one domain. If I go in the top, I can see all the other domains. So if by mistake you are creating a user in the top domain, he or she can access everything. So never ever create a resource or the user in the top domain. Domains. Now let me open the top domain here. Okay. So now if you see top domain contained top MSP, it means it contains this much. This one it contains. It is a contain. Now if I open this, I'm not able to open as well this. Something okay guys, let's not discuss this. I need to be maybe refresh my instance, and I need to be see that what is be happening here. Maybe in the Utah version it has been gone. Shabrish, is your instance is working?
No, Atul.
It's down. Try to be refresh it. You can do it by refreshing like this. Go here and click on the refresh instance.
No, actually, I have joined this call over a mobile.
Later, not later on. Later on, no problem.
Okay.
Okay. Or over the weekend, I will check that what's going wrong here, because I should get an option to create a new domain, and then we can proceed further in that part. Okay, but from my perspective, I say that domain separation topic which I told is be okay for the understanding perspective. What need to be do? You can read a little bit more this on this part, and it will be clear for everybody. Okay, sure. Any doubt? Any question? Good. Let me stop the recording, share recording, and we'll take a quick attendance now. Sorry.